Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a deck list that I made for the new Koraidon EX. This is going to be coming out in our Temporal Forces set. This is, I think, a pretty strong new card, actually. I'm really looking forward to this one. And yeah, we'll just jump into the deck list. This is actually going to be a Lost Zone build, which I think is a pretty solid way to play it, given that we can just kind of slot it pretty well into an already kind of existing SableZard archetype that uses Sableye and then cleans up with Charizard. Except now we get access to a lot of early game damage, or I guess more early game damage than Charizard in the form of Koraidon. So we're already utilizing Fire Energy, which right off the bat just made me think of putting it in this deck. But the other advantages of playing Koraidon in a Lost Zone deck is you get access to Mirage Gate, which can really easily power up the Koraidon. Now the Koraidon actually attacks. It has two of them. First of all, this is Ancient with 230 HP Dragon type with no weakness, which is pretty good already. We have the first attack for 2 colorless. Does 20 damage and 10 more for each damage counter on it, which is pretty good actually. It can deal a decent amount of damage. And the second attack for a Fire and 2 fighting, you deal 280 and you do 60 to yourself. This, with the kind of awkward energy attack cost, is not that hard to power up when you're using Mirage Gates, as well as basic fighting energy, as well as the Fire Energy, which will work on both the Koraidon and the rated Charizard. We, of course, are just playing Lost Zone deck, so we have to stabilize with the Psychic Energy. Going into like the kind of Pokemon, we have the Comfies, 4 of them, obviously, and then we also are playing a Ditto, because, like I mentioned in my last video, we lose VIP Pass, which is a pretty big hit for this deck, so to try and make up for that, I'm playing 4 Nest Ball, 4 Artisan, and as well as a Ditto to just give us the maximum amount of outs, so that Ditto can be kind of like a 5th copy of Comfy, which is helpful. We got 2 of the Koraidons, 2 copies of Sableye, which just Lost Mine is really, really good. We have a Cramorant, which we are playing 3 Lost Vacuums as well as our 4 Stadiums, so we are going to be getting to 7 a little bit faster, which is why we're only playing 1 rather than 2. The Ditto, which I mentioned, Manaphy, and then the Radiant Charizard. So pretty, I would say, standard kind of Pokemon lineup here. In supporters, we have 4 Chorus, 1 Boss, and 1 Roxanne. The reason we're playing and a Tulip. And the reason we're playing a Boss is we also have access to Counter Catcher and Prime Catcher, which are 3 really kind of situational cost effects. So we're going to have them for the situations when we need them. Prime Catcher, obviously the best out of those, but yeah. We're playing Roxanne just so we have a little bit of disruption. A copy of Tulip because Clara does rotate, and Clara previously is definitely just a strict upgrade to Tulip, because Clara can get you back rated Charizard, but Clara is rotating, so instead we're playing a Tulip, which can put 4 any combination of Psychic Pokemon and basic Psychic Energy from your discard into your hand, so this can use to get back double Sableye, double Psychic, like Clara did in the past. Then we have, like I said, 4 Mirage, 4 Nest Ball, then a bunch of switching cards, 4 Switch, 4 Switch Cart, Rope did rotates, we're just replacing the ropes with the switches. 3 Lost Vacuums, we can get to 7 relatively quickly because we also have 4 Stadiums. 3 Pokeheaters to help us find our Chorus, 3 Super Rods, which can recycle our Sableyes now that Clara's gone, as well as our Radiant Charizard. But also we can recycle our energy, so we have them in the deck for Mirage Gate onto Koraidon or onto Comfy, stuff like that. 1 Counter Catcher, which is still a really solid card, and then Prime Catcher, which, again, like in my last video, Prime Catcher is a extremely good card in Lost Zone decks because not only is it a boss, not a supporter, which in the Lost Zone deck, you usually want to be playing Chorus, but also it's another switch card. So we effectively have 9 switch cards here, plus like Attach Retreat with Mirage Gates and stuff. 4 copies Artisan, which is just super useful for getting out multiple Comfies, our Sableyes when we need them. And our energy lineup is 4 Fighting Energy, 3 Fire, and 3 Psychic. Pretty standard, I would say. Some changes to this. If you want to add the Burberry Charms like I had in my Raging Bolt deck, that is something you can consider because the Koraidon knocking itself 60 HP down means that you go from 230 to 170, which is definitely a lot worse. But the idea is that it can be kind of a nuke, so maybe you want to add those charms, or maybe even the ancient booster capsules to give it just a little bit more HP when it does knock itself down with the second attack there. Now, it is a super strong second attack, so I do think it is going to be worth it, but if the meta does pan out, you might want just a little bit of survivability on that Pokemon. Additionally, Braver Charms can be used on Sableye, Charizard too, 210 HP. Charizard can be annoying for some decks to deal with. And yeah, that is the deck list, guys. If you guys liked it, don't forget to leave a like. If you guys want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. I did a deck profile yesterday on Raging Bolt Lost Zone, so if you guys like the new cards on the Lost Zone decks, then go take a look at that video. That's going to do it. I'll see you guys in the next one.